everybody and welcome. It's Catherine from Jayne Catherine on Books and happy Valentine's Day to everybody. So today I'm just going to do a bit of a weekly wrap up. I've decided that leaving it all to the end of the month was all a bit too much, a bit too pressured, and I thought I would do a wrap up every week. I've got a separate film coming from all the NetGalley and publishers, new releases that are out this month that I've read, and I shall put that up separately for you so you could have a good look at those. Sorry I didn't do too much filming last week. I had a bit of a reading slump, I suppose. We've had Diversifon, which was, very intense, and I've had some really, although great, cracking reads from the publishers. They, quite intense when you've got quite a few really that you need to be reviewing ready for publication date. Although it's great, it's I've had some fantastic books. I just, it just seemed a little bit. And also, David's not well at the moment. He's waiting for some heart treatment. So, bit of a quieter week. But without further ado, I've got some great things to show you today. So, in the theme of Valentines, we've got this gorgeous colouring book, William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, a colouring classic. This is by Little Tiger, published by littletiger.co.uk. I'll put the details down below, but just look at this. It's gorgeous. I've started colouring it in. Although, this is setting the stage. We've got black and white. It's all got the verse of Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet going through. We've got some black and white. It's stunning, and I mean this will be there for many Valentines to come. I've got like all the lovely verse on that side. Do a bit of colouring this year and all the other Valentines. So gorgeous. That's really lovely. I'm also going to leave you a link at the end from a lovely little children's book, Valentine's children's book that I did for NetGalley. So I'll leave that later on for you. Now I don't know if I showed this to you. I don't think I have. It's Colour Your Own Diary, and this is actually from Sainsbury's Supermarket, so sorry for all you guys that aren't in the UK. But it's absolutely beautiful. So I've coloured the outside page, and then a week, you've got it in week planner, and so every week you've got a different. So like for example this week, you've got a different picture to colour. What's Martin Nelson? What are you grumbling for? He's been out. I don't know why he's grumbling. And then that's next week's. So yeah, so that's gorgeous. I thought I'd show you that. Now, so all the NetGalley ones, in particular, that really stick in my mind is the Doll's Funeral by Kate Hamer. For those of you who may recall, Kate Hamer's debut was A Girl in a Red Coat, and I loved that book, and wow, this is even better. You can see the development of the writing's beautiful, the plot, more intrigue. Loved it. That's been released this week, and take a look at that. Really the one that sticks out in my mind this week from NetGalley. Then A Second-Hand Life. This is by Pamela Crane. Now I'm buddy reading this with Kerry Ann from Women vs Books. I'm up to chapter 9 so far. It's a psychological thriller, and it's the premise is brilliant. It's about a girl who was unfortunately in a serious car accident where her father died, and she needed to have a heart transplant. and she was lucky enough to get a new heart. But then she starts, it's as if this heart has retained some memory from the person who it belonged to. And it belonged to a young 12-year-old Mia who, excuse me, unfortunately was murdered. And she starts to sort of get the feelings of the reenactment. Fantastic premise. So far, I don't feel that the writing delivers what it could. It's quite monotone, quite bland, but we'll see. Sometimes, you know, you start off and you think, oh, I'm glad I've persevered because it's become really good. But yeah, so that's second-hand life. And then finally for this week, and this is the first time I've managed to get hold of the Moth Box from Mercedes, from Mercy's Bookish Musings. So if you don't want to know what this is, then look away and see you again next time. But for those of you that, you know, don't mind, it's all beautifully wrapped. I was really impressed with how beautiful it came boxed and wrapped. And then there's a card, tells you all about what's in this month's, and the 2 books. And also you get a bookmark, and it's got a quote on the back that's relevant to the book. This is the Handsworth Times by Sharon Dougal. And this, I think actually, I'm not sure that if this is a non-fiction, but it's about the terrible times in the Handsworth, the area of Handsworth, where there were riots and there was a lot of problems going on. And it said, Mukesh Agarwal sits alone in the Black Eagle pub, unaware that a riot is brewing, or that Billy, his youngest son, is still out on his bike. A mile away at home in Church Street, Anita, one of the 3 Agarwal girls, is reading smash hits and listening to Radio 1 as she sprawls across the bottom bunk, oblivious to the monumental tragedy that is about to hit her family. So this was in the early 80s, and yeah, that's that one. And then this, finally, my Amy Elspeth, Sufficient Grace. Beautiful. Now, with the Moth Box, these are all independent small publishers and books that Mercedes chooses that are out of the norm, and no way would I have seen these or chosen these. So Ruth and her cousin Naomi live in rural Wisconsin, part of an isolated religious community. The girls' lives are ruled by the rhythms of nature, the harsh winters, the hunting seasons and the harvesting of crops, and by their families' beliefs beneath the surface of this closed, frozen world, hidden dangers lurk. So I think this is a bit of a family saga. Yeah, can't wait to get to that. It's gorgeous. So they've both got the themes of families within these two. Well worth trying this. I was really impressed with how beautifully it came. So, there we go. That's what's happening this week. See you again next time. Bye for now.